With both the Democratic and Republican primaries locked up, now here comes the speculation about vice presidential choices. Now, there was a poll that was done by Monmouth University that found out how Americans feel about the different possible VP picks, or who they would like to see VP picks for both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. So let me give you a breakdown of what this of what they said, what the results are. Now, this Monmouth University survey released Thursday tested 6 potential running mates for both parties to see who would attract more people to a ticket and who would repel the most undecided voters. That is important, as people haven't made a decision yet. Well, a lot of those are independents and people who might vote third party depending on who else is on the ticket. Now, on the Democratic side, Bernie Sanders is the only candidate who would bring more people into the party, that would bring more people into the election. 39% of voters nationwide said they would be more likely to vote for the Democratic ticket if Hillary Clinton tapped Bernie Sanders as her running mate, compared to 20% who said that they would be less likely to support Democrats with him on board. Well, there you go. You have almost 40% of undecided voters saying, oh, if you put Bernie Sanders on the ticket, that makes me more likely to vote for Clinton. Whereas, of course, 20% said, yeah, less likely. Now, whether that's some of the Bernie or bust crowd, I'm not sure. Or some Democrats that have decided that they really don't like Bernie Sanders for some reason. Maybe it's those ones that are convinced that that Bernie Sanders is condoning violence and that he's a sexist or some weird shit like that. I don't know. Anyway, those figures are even higher among undecided independent voters considering supporting a third-party candidate. 50% of independent and undecided voters said that having Bernie Sanders as a VP nominee would make them more likely to support Hillary Clinton. And 16% said they would not. That is major. People were like, I don't know, I'd go for a third party, but if you do have Bernie Sanders, then that would make me much more likely to vote for Hillary Clinton, because at least we know maybe Bernie Sanders would try to keep her honest. Good luck with that. That's like trying to herd cats. But at the same time, a lot of people would definitely trust a Hillary Bernie ticket than a Hillary anyone else ticket. Now, of course, we know Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton is never going to pick Bernie Sanders, and even if she did, Bernie Sanders is not going to accept. Okay? We know that already. And maybe I should have started out with that before you all freaked out. Hillary Clinton likes to play it safe. She likes to play it within the establishment. She got a lot of hype for putting possibly putting Warren on the ticket, but I know that she's never going to do that. She'd never pick Elizabeth Warren. Wall Street would throw a bitch fit, which they already did. Had a nice little warning for her. And basically what all the speculation has really amounted to doing is to try and generate some excitement for her campaign and some press. Well, congratulations. You got some press. And then you also got a lot of negative feedback. In fact, Elizabeth Warren on this is on this, and we'll get to her in a minute. Now, as I said, Bernie Sanders not interested in being Hillary Clinton's vice president because he says that the best use of his political capital would be to continue the political revolution and not join on with Hillary Clinton. So, who else is on this poll? Well, Elizabeth Warren. Now, Elizabeth Warren would only have a slightly positive effect, with 24% of voters nationwide saying they'd be more likely to support Clinton, and 21% said that they would be less likely. And those figures are about the same for Warren among undecided and independent voters. So outside the Democratic Party and even inside the Democratic Party, Elizabeth Warren is not having that much of an effect. You see Hillary Warren, it's like, nah, don't really care. Wow. Senator Cory Booker split those surveyed evenly, with 13% each saying that he made them more or less likely to vote for Clinton. And just 9% said Senator Tim Kaine made them more enthusiastic about the ticket, with 13% less excited, and Julian Castro made 10% more likely to support Clinton and 17% less likely. Now, who is the worst? Senator Al Franken. They said that Franken would be the biggest drag in the ticket, with only 12% saying they'd be more likely to support Democrats and 21% saying less likely. They say, hell no, Al Franken. We certainly do not want you on the ticket. Now, of course, Al Franken is not even being considered. But the people that are, well, there's Tim Kaine, Julian Castro, and Cory Booker. And those really don't make people excited. Now, my personal prediction is that she's probably going to pick Tim Kaine. He's a safe establishment Freudian slip there, Democrat. He is a safe Democrat who speaks Spanish, and then, be able to get that certain demographic that she's looking for, safe for Wall Street, but apparently can communicate well with the base. Hillary Clinton's all about safe choices. So that's my pick. We'll see if I'm right that she chooses Tim Kaine. I would not be surprised. Cory Booker seems a little too obvious, African American, and Julian Castro, it's a possibility. But like I said, Tim Kaine seems way high up on the list. And according to insiders in the Democratic Party, they're also thinking, yeah, Tim Kaine. So there's that. Now, there is more. There's the Republicans. Now, on the Republican side, only Marco Rubio, little Marco, registered as net positive, with 27% saying they'd be more likely to vote for Trump and 20% saying they'd be less likely to vote for him. Now, those figures are the same for independents and undecided voters. Now, Marco Rubio, he's going to try to get back into the Senate. We thought he was done. Looks like he's not. Here comes little Marco back into the fold, but he might not even want the position. At least that's what he claims. I don't know. I think if Trump offered him the position, he might take it. But he says, quote, "The prospect of a Trump presidency is worrisome to me. It is no secret I have significant disagreements with Donald Trump." That's because Donald Trump made fun of you. I'm just saying. Now, the rest of the Republicans are a net negative for the ticket. There was Senator Jeff Sessions, posted 9% more likely and 17% less. Joni Ernst had 7% and 15% less. Former Speaker Newt Gingrich had 24% more and 26% less. Now, who are the two worst? Chris Christie and Sarah Palin. Let's go with Chris Christie. 20% of all voters said they'd be more likely to vote Republican with Christie on the ticket, compared with 28% who said less likely. But among uncommitted voters, those figures moved to 15% more and 36% less likely. No thanks, Christie. Now, Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin would be the worst pick for VP, according to this poll. Among voters nationwide, only 13% say they'd be more likely to support Trump with Palin as his running mate. 42% said that they would be less likely to support with Palin. And it gets worse with undecided and independent voters. Among them, those who said they'd be more likely to support Trump dropped to 7% with Palin, and the number of those saying they would be less likely to support Trump goes to 54%. Sarah Palin is politically toxic. It just goes, makes me wonder, why the hell did John McCain pick her all those years back? He had to pick her and introduce us to the world to Sarah Palin. Why? Why did he have to do that? You know what? I actually hope he does pick Sarah Palin. Could you imagine? Oh, that would be the worst ticket ever. That would guarantee a Clinton landslide. Oh, man. So there it is. There's the breakdown. What do you guys think the VP picks will be for both the Republican and Democratic Party? Go ahead and put that down in the comments below, and I'll check them out.